the owner and financial advisor for Lapis Financial Strategies Incorporated. For over 15 years, she has helped individuals and business owners achieve their financial goals and dreams while protecting their assets, income, and lifestyle. She has earned her Competent Communicator Award and is now working on her Advanced Communicator Manual, Persuasive Speaking. Her speech tonight is project number 5. That will be the last project, I believe, called The Persuasive Leader. Her objective is to communicate her vision and mission to an audience and convince them to work towards achieving her vision. Please help me welcome Sandi Vizner as she presents A Miracle in the Making.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, can anyone tell me what this is? Yes, Christian.
Oh, is it a tanning salon?
It kind of looks like that, but no, not quite. Anyone else?
Iron lung.
It's an iron lung, absolutely. And can anyone tell us how an iron lung was used most frequently in the 1950s in the United States?
Tuberculosis patients.
Polio. That was very close. Polio. I don't know if you're aware of this, but in 1952, in this country, we had a polio epidemic here in the U.S. 58,000 U.S. citizens contracted polio. 58,000. Some of them died. Today, there are 10 to 20 million polio survivors in the world. So this is a pretty serious disease. And what polio does, it's an infectious disease that attacks the muscles. It attacks the leg muscles mostly, and also the lungs. So if you are someone in the 1950s in the United States who contracted this horrible disease and it affected your lungs, you would be in this iron lung for weeks, months, however long it took to help you breathe so that they could medicate you and try to make you better. As I mentioned, not everyone survives polio. So there were many times when people lived in these iron lungs and they still did not survive. If they did, and their legs were affected as well as their lungs, a lot of times they would come out misfigured or paralyzed. This is a serious, deadly disease. Fortunately, in the 50s, in the United States, a vaccine was developed that helped eradicate polio in this nation. Does anyone here in this room know anyone who is affected by polio? Anyone? Okay. Usually there is one or two people that know the story. I'll share with you very quickly from a family member of a polio victim. My mother contracted polio when she was 5 and passed away a year and a half ago. She told me about the hot pack treatments, iron lungs, multiple surgeries, and the constant pain she endured as a child. Then when I was a teenager in the 1980s, she had an atrophied toe removed, was confined to a wheelchair, and had a type of blindness that they attributed to post-polio syndrome. So even if you survived this horrible disease, you still had lingering issues for the rest of your life. Now I mentioned that we have eradicated polio in the U.S., but it still exists in the world today. I'm a member of Rotary International, and in the 1980s, Rotary decided that they were going to go on a mission to get rid of this disease worldwide once and for all. And that's a huge undertaking. So what they decided to do is get some partners involved with them to help. And as you can see, the partners are the CDC, World Health Organization, and UNICEF. And most recently, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In 1985, when Rotary first started working towards eradicating polio, there were 350,000 new cases of polio every single year in 125 countries. Now today, much different picture. Today, 1,700 cases every single year. That's it. worldwide. And as you can see, the 1,700 cases are in now only 4 countries. That is a 99% reduction in polio. That is amazing. But we're still working hard. We haven't achieved it yet. The way we were able to achieve this is because of all the support from very important people. United Nations Secretary General is on board and really supporting this effort. Our own president is behind getting rid of this disease worldwide. And as I already mentioned, we have the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They came to Rotary several years ago and gave Rotary $100 million to help with this process. They got involved themselves, and last year, because of all the success, they said, we're going to give you another $255 million to stamp this out worldwide. Well, that's an amazing number. And what Rotary decided to do is we have our own challenge. We are raising $200 million to help eradicate polio worldwide. To date, we've raised $155.3 million. That's a great show, but we're not there yet. So we're out there trying to educate people on polio and trying to get other people to understand the importance of getting rid of this disease today. The disease, mainly we can get rid of it today because the vaccine has improved dramatically. It's very simple, it's very easy, and it's painless. It's basically a few oral drops. That's all you have to do. And you'll see in this picture with the kids, they have a little green mark on their fingers. That indicates that they've had the vaccine and they're polio-free for life. They're saved from this disease. The polio vaccine cost 60 cents. That's it. 60 cents. So we have, what, 12 people in this room today? If everybody gave 60 cents, we would save 12 kids from ever having to be affected by this horrible disease. Can you imagine how easy that is? If you want to do more than 60 cents, you can certainly text polio to 90999 and donate $5. You can also go to Rotary.org and contribute more. Anytime that you contribute, this goes to a 501c3, and that money is tax deductible as well. Another way is our district Rotary is having a raffle. And if you'd like to buy a ticket, it's $20. You could win a Chevy Malibu. You could also, second prize is a Sportster. Sorry, Harley-Davidson Sportster. You can tell I'm not a motorcycle fan. And then third prize is also a mountain bike. So you have 3 chances to win, and you're giving to the foundation at the same time. If you're interested in those tickets, 1 ticket's $20. If you want to get 3 tickets, that's $50. The best deal is 7 tickets for $100. If you're interested, you can see me after the meeting, and I'll make sure that we get those tickets for you. The most important thing, though, is to really concentrate on ending this horrible disease. And we're so very close. We just need a few more dollars for support, and then we can miraculously get rid of this disease worldwide. Madam Toastmaster.